It seems that something I said on one of my live streams was taken out of context, so let's address it because that's what we do. If you're not really sure what a CBDC is, have no fear, you're in the right place. And this controversial topic is actually CBDCs. CBDC stands for central bank digital currencies. And if you're brand new to crypto and have no idea what the actual F is going on, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and of course set alerts. Welcome back to the O Show, everything crypto and NFTs every day. So CBDC stands for central bank digital currency. In the United States of America, we don't really have clear legislation regarding crypto assets, but a CBDC is essentially a crypto asset, but it's more of a centralized crypto asset. CBDCs are growing on a global scale. And before we know it, CBDCs will be all over the world. Anytime you want to pay with something, it's going to be 100% digital. We're kind of in that realm right now already, especially with our credit cards and our debit cards, or Zelle, Venmo, all that type of stuff, okay? But crypto actually makes a lot of these things work a lot better because of the technology behind it. So on my live stream, a lot of you guys thought I said I'm pro CBDC. I used to be pro CBDC when it initially came out, so let's clear that up. Back in 2019, before the panorama, I had an expert on my channel talking about CBDCs. CBDCs have been being researched for quite some time, almost since the beginning of crypto assets, okay? And one of the foundations or one of the organizations that was doing heavily research on CBDCs was NIST, but they wanted to use Bitcoin or something similar to Bitcoin for a CBDC, but that won't work because you can't print more Bitcoin, okay? The reason why Bitcoin is so important is because it has a finite supply, you can't print more, but with the CBDC, you're gonna need to be able to print more. The reason why is our public servants cannot make their minds up, okay? So initially when I first heard about a CBDC, I was like, okay, this is cool, this will help with mass adoption. And then we had Panorama come, 2020 or end of 2019, whatever. And they were talking about creating a CBDC to help people get their skimmies, but that never happened because the United States public servants can't get it together. And I guess in the other stream I did, I was like, yeah, CBDC, da, da, da. I don't like CBDCs. I think they're horrible. I think they're awful. I think they're absolutely detrimental, and I don't want one, okay? Don't want it. And I've said a million times on this show, I am going to vote for whoever is pro-crypto, pro-Bitcoin, pro-innovation, pro-entrepreneurism, pro-competition, and who is anti-CBDC, okay? That would be my ideal candidate to vote for. I'm going to be a single issue voter in this particular case. However, CBDCs are coming and there's really nothing we can do to stop it, okay? Do you really think that the US is going to let China create a CBDC and not create its own? Do you really think the US is going to lose its place as a superpower? We have thus far. We really, really have. And this next administration is going to be pushing for all of these things because they don't want to get left behind. Also with the CBDC, it's easy for them to track you. It is easy for them to stop payments, to push payments through, and really to see everything that you're doing. So it gets to be a little bit scary. CBDCs are a direct infringement on your privacy. Cash, people are like, oh, well, cash can be tracked. No, it can't. Stuff that you do through your bank, 100% can be tracked, but cash cannot be tracked, okay? All CBDCs will be tracked. And again, I don't want a CBDC, but we're going to get it. And I'm a realist. I also understand that just because I want something and I'm screaming and yelling at the top of my lungs like a lunatic on my YouTube channel as a shock jock, you guys should be like, ah! No, I'm not going to, the US public servants are not going to compromise with us with that. We're going to get a CBDC. So what I'm doing, I am simply going to grift as hard as I can with the CBDC and make as much money as ethically as possible. Because guess what? A lot of these laws, the way that they're set up, is they have loopholes and they have certain things that you can and can't do. And people that know how to follow these laws, especially tax laws, are able to do very, very, very well. Just because you pay your taxes doesn't mean you support taxes. You're simply kind of just doing what a societal norm is so that you can get by. Because let's face it, you don't pay your taxes, they're going to come for you. Same thing with the CBDC. CBDC is happening 100%. We have no say over it. We can go ahead and write to our public servants and write to our politicians and talk to these people and say, no, we don't want it. And you should do that anyways. But at the end of the day, we're getting into CBDC. And I'm going to be grifting as hard as possible to make as much money as ethically as possible with the CBDC that's coming and the technology behind it. But that doesn't mean that I think it's good. I think they're bad. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.